Jordan Peele and Marlon Wayans are teaming up for what's called a sports horror film.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Uh, it says here, him is coming. Monkey Paw's next horror hit brings the fear to the football field. Jordan Peele's Monkey Paw Productions is back with another genre bending thriller, and this time the battlefield is the gridiron. Him, directed by Joe versus Carol's Justin Tipping, storms into. All right, this is like an ad press release, but it says storms into theaters September 19th. The psychological horror follows a rising young quarterback played by Tyreek Withers, whose shot at greatness turns into a nightmare when he begins training under a football legend, Marlon Wayans, with disturbing secrets. I almost said distributing. What begins as a dream, mentorship, quickly unravels into a twisted descent into the toxic underbelly of fame, pressure, and performance. Peele's signature mix of horror and social commentary is once again in full force, this time tackling masculinity, exploitation, and the dark rituals of success in America's most worshipped sport. The cast includes Julia Fox, Tim Heidecker, Jim Jeffries, and Grammy nominated artist Tierra Whack.
Okay.
Him is shaping up to be more than just a sports story. It's a cultural reckoning dressed in cleats and shadows. And if Monkey Paw's track record tells us anything, you should definitely expect to talk about it afterwards.
Okay. Um, I gotta be honest.
Please.
Well, I think this is an interesting concept. I got off the Jordan Peele train a while ago when it came to these thriller horror movies. It's not really a genre that I love. I'm always down for suspense, so there's that. I'm much less, far less on the horror side of things, so I tend to just not really even, unless it's something that I'm like, oh, this is weird and interesting, or maybe I just want to see something that someone else is interested in for a change. But for the most part, I don't really keep up with this. So I don't really know what to say here. It's, like I said, it sounds like an interesting concept. I did, what was his name? Justin Tipping.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool that I know the show. He did the show Flatbush Misdemeanors, and I thought that show was great. It was funny and it was interesting. So it's cool to see his name associated with this film. But I guess I just don't. I don't know that. I don't know if I would see this. Just because it's outside of my wheelhouse. But I will say, while I don't, while I'm not a sports buff, I wouldn't even call myself a sports fan. Um, I only like one sport. I don't know if you could really call yourself a sports fan. So, so what I would say is I do like films and television shows about athletes. I always find that interesting. It's a world I'm not privy to. So I always feel like I'm getting like an inside look at something I know nothing about. So that would draw me to it, but I have to see a trailer first. And yeah, like what was the movie? What was the Jordan Peele movie? Was it Was it not Us? Was it Us? What was before Us? The one that
Get
everyone
Out.
knows. Get
Get
Out.
Out.
I liked Get Out. I thought that was good. It was very entertaining.
Okay. I don't rock with any of this nigga's films. I saw Us.
Okay.
It was pitched as a horror film. It
Uh
was
huh.
not a horror film. It was a thriller. I know he likes to interweave messaging about black people and our struggles into every film. He ruined Candyman. I'm not watching this shit. I didn't watch Dope. I'm not watching this guy's movies. Jordan Peele's movies are not for me.
Okay.
And
I
I
didn't know you
don't
were gonna say.
give. You knew I was going to say that?
I didn't know you were gonna say that. I know we've talked about Jordan Peele movies before, but I didn't. I didn't know that this is what
I don't
exactly
think
what
his
you're gonna
movies are ever what they say they're going to be. That's number one. I don't think you need to force a black message into every film. That's two. Three, what the fuck is horror sports thriller? Stop. Stop. And I'm not a big
say.
Marlon Wayne
Agreed.
fans today.
You're not a what?
I, as a young buck, I said I'm not a big Marlon Wayne fan today.
Oh, okay.
As a young buck, I thought he was great. I watched White Chicks just the other night, but as of late, Marlon Wayne's social commentary and buffoonery has turned me off to Marlon Wayans. So I'm not excited about Marlon Wayans being in this either. And so trying to make a funny thriller horror sounds like it's going to be a piece of trash. Because what it sounds to me like is y'all trying to do way too much before I even see a trailer. Yes, I'm hating. No, I have no interest in this film.
Okay.
Sorry, Jason Tipping. I got nothing against you, but the other two, I ain't really rocking with them.
All right.
And let me be clear again, I'm talking about today Marlon Wayans because Marlon
Mm-hmm.
Wayans is a legend. I'm not saying he sucks. I'm not saying he's not talented. He is a legend. As a teenager, loved his work. As a young man, loved his work. But today, the stuff he says in public and the way that he talks about other people, again, his social commentary and his antics, I don't have any interest in Marlon Wayans today. But that's not to take away from his talent, his family's lineage, what his family has done for the industry, for us as a people. I'm not taking away from any of that. I'm just saying today, Marlon Wayans, I don't rock with him.
Okay. That's fair. I mean, you don't have to. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If somebody made an impact before, but they don't now. I mean, that happens over time. Our interests change and people change. So I get it.
Yeah.